Alright guys, what was that? The Pittsburgh Penguins defeat the Vancouver Canucks 8-6. 14 goals are scored. Evgeny Malkin got 5 points tonight. Like, what just happened? The Vancouver Canucks had a 6-3 lead heading into third period, and the Penguins score 5 goals in the third period to make it a 8-6 game. Just absolutely crazy. The Canucks heading into this Wednesday night matchup are coming off one of their worst performances from this season against the Flyers, where they lost 2-1. And with the Canucks being on their notorious November Easter road trip, getting some points out of this road trip against Pittsburgh, where they had every opportunity, was very crucial, in order for the Canucks to really stay within the mix. Now, they are in the mix. Now, after this game, they have a 12-10-4 record, so they're definitely still in the mix. But, getting at least 1 point out of tonight would have been really nice for Vancouver. Especially after a good win against the Nashville Predators, and then they kept up that momentum to win a game against the Capitals, which earned them a big 4 points on this road trip. And now, tonight, they had to take on the tough task against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Coming to this game, the Canucks had a 12-9-4 record, putting them 7th in the West and 3rd in the Pacific. So they're definitely still within the mix heading into this game. Markstrom was supposed to start this game, but right before the game, he fell ill, so Demko takes over the net. So his second start in a row after losing the game 2-1 in Philly. We see Nikolai Goldobin get his big call-up to make his first impact on the team this season. Now, we'll get into Goldobin a bit later, but he didn't play that great tonight. Once again, he's kind of playing the same way he did last year. I really wanted to push. This is only his first game, so maybe he plays a couple more games. He can, prove himself, but this game tonight, I was not impressed. Grajovic, McEwen remained in the lineup, while I guess Sutter, Ferland, Beagle, and Roussel hope to return sometime soon. Besser starts his first game playing alongside of Horvat, and Hughes is matched up with Tyler Myers. The Penguins, on the other hand, are facing a lot of adversity. Injuries to Malkin and Crosby to start the season is never a great thing. Malkin is back, however, there's no Crosby within the lineup tonight. With the 13-7-4 record, the Penguins sit 5th in the East and 4th in the Metro Division, and Matt Murray starts in net.
You gotta look at some of those goals and just laugh.
The Penguins start the game very well as Gensel finds the back of the net after Malkin gets a very clean face-off win against Gaudet, and then Jake Gensel launches a shot past Demko. Right after Hughes misses the stretch pass to ice the puck. So great start for the Penguins, and they continue with some relentless pressure on the Vancouver Canucks, not allowing the Canucks to get a single shot within the first, 13 minutes of this game, which is just absolutely unacceptable. The Canucks, they brought up the tempo in the second period. They played decent in third, besides there's just some horrible collapses. But 13 minutes in the first period without a single shot, not really acceptable. In fact, it was 14 minutes that the Canucks didn't get a single shot, which is honestly just embarrassing. They did have some pressure at times, but they weren't able to register a single shot. The first period saw a lot of neutral zone play, kind of boring hockey. However, it definitely did amp up as the game went on, as we saw 14 goals this game. But a lot of neutral zone play in the first period. And even though the Canucks weren't getting shots, at least they were keeping shots away from the Penguins. Stetcher takes an interference penalty, and the Penguins' power play pressure pays off as Brian Russ buries the puck to make it a 2-0 game. The Canucks in the first period were just deflated. They were not playing well whatsoever, and they just couldn't get anything going. However, late into the first period, Quinn Hughes and JT Miller with a great passing play. Hughes finds Miller with a great pass, and Miller makes no mistake to make it a 2-1 game. So, finally, we see a 5-on-5 goal for Vancouver and an assist for Quinn Hughes 5-on-5. Nearing the end of the first period, Vancouver takes a delay of game penalty. However, Demko holds his ground and the period ends 2-1 for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins start the second on the power play with some great scoring opportunities. However, Demko eats them up. And the Canucks start the second period much better than the first period with some good relentless pressure from the Pettersson line. Pettersson breaks into the zone and absolutely rings the post. And the Canucks look like an entirely different team in the second period, as they had some relentless pressure and they scored some goals. So, you know what? The consistency of this game was just all off for the Canucks. A horrible first period, a very good second period, and then somehow they let in 5 goals in the third period. What's going on? Especially coming off a very bad win against the Flyers, where they looked just absolutely deflated. They weren't battling well. They were making some very sloppy plays, and they just looked lazy. And this game started along the same lines. However, they really turned it up in the second period. Later on in the second period, Quinn Hughes with a fantastic breakout transition play gets the puck to Virtanen, and Pettersson buries that perfectly placed wrister over the shoulder of Matt Murray. So Matt Murray kind of assumed that Pettersson was going to be trying to pick that right side again, but Pettersson goes left side and scores a perfectly placed wrister. And so Petey gets his 11th goal and 30th point of the season. On this goal, Quinn Hughes also got his second assist, which also gives him 20 points in 25 games. And remember at the beginning of the season when we all predicted that Quinn Hughes would be around maybe the 30-point mark, maybe 40-point mark? Well, especially after this game with Quinn Hughes having 21 points, I'm assuming that Quinn Hughes is going to smash that 30 goal, kind of low expectation that a lot of us had. Quinn Hughes may have his defensive lapses, but his offensive capabilities are just a complete game changer for the Vancouver Canucks. Over time, as Quinn Hughes gets stronger and, more confident with the puck, especially in the defensive zone, we're just going to see just a fantastic defenseman here, because Quinn Hughes already has the confidence of a defenseman, of an offensive defenseman that's been in the league for years. And if he just continues to work on his defensive play, gets better there, gets stronger, and his offensive game only gets better, again, guys, Quinn Hughes is really the Canucks defenseman of the future here. In the second period, we also see ex-teammates Virtanen and Brican mix it up with some good old-fashioned hockey. You love to see it. Letang gets a prime scoring opportunity, but once again, Demko shuts the door. And right after the Demko save, McCune finds Virtanen, and Virtanen gets a great backhand goal to make it a 3-2 game for the Canucks. And so at this point, the Canucks score their third unanswered goal against the Penguins. And then on the pursuing shift, Myers with a great heads-up play, jumping into the rush, controls the puck around the net, gets it to Hughes. Hughes launches a great rebound shot on net, and Gaudette finishes the scrambling play to make it 4-2 for Vancouver. And Hughes gets his third assist of the game on this play. All which were on 5-on-5. So for all you haters who just think that Quinn Hughes is a complete power play specialist, just note that when Quinn Hughes does get his 5-on-5 offensive chances, which he does get a lot of them, it really depends on who's playing with that, that shift. But Quinn Hughes is still a great 5-on-5 player, and his 3 points tonight kind of shut out those haters, I guess. Quinn Hughes' third point tonight also puts him only 4 points behind Cale Makar for rookie leaders. And here we go. Third period. So third period starts the Pittsburgh goal as Jake Guentzel gets his second goal of the game within the opening moments of the third period. However, right after this play, Myers gets tripped and the Canucks go on their first power play of the game. Brian Rust nearly scores a shorthanded goal. Besser misses a 1T goal. Besser misses a 1T shot. And JT Miller chips in his second goal of the game on an absolute kind of fluke shot that Jari just couldn't handle. It was completely random on a fluttering puck. And the Canucks are now at 5-3 to start the third period. And Pettersson and Besser get the assists. And then right on the pursuing play, Adam Gaudette, the hockey guy, scores his second goal of the game to make the game 6-3. And so the Canucks this game have a very refreshing 5-on-5 games. As in recent games, they've only been able to kind of score on the power play. So it's definitely really good to see. And speaking of Adam Gaudette, I've been extremely impressed with Gaudette this season. I haven't really touched on it very much, but he now has 10 points, 6 goals, and 16 games with a third line role. Really good production out of Gaudette. I think he's really surpassing all expectations. If he can maintain some type of pace here and he provides just good, secondary scoring, I'm very happy with his third line role. And it's great to see some progression out of Gaudette. And then on a pursuing Canucks power play, Quinn Hughes with an amazing rush as he burns every Penguins player, gets the puck to Pettersson, Pettersson gets the puck back to Miller, and Miller rinks it off the post on an open net. So the Canucks nearly made it a 7-3 game, and we wouldn't have seen the same outcome. And so JT Miller just hits the post, doesn't get his hat-trick goal, and right after this, guys, the game just goes completely downhill. 5 straight goals for the Penguins, and Malkin gets his 5th point of the game in the dying seconds as the Canucks pulled the goalie. Just an insane game, guys. I don't know what to say. This is just one of those games, especially for Demko. Demko just played one of his best games of his whole career against Philly. Just nothing to get by him. He let in 2 goals, I think, on 46 shots. And this game is just the complete opposite. This is just one of those games where any shot can kind of just go in, and I just don't know what to say. I'm kind of speechless. I will say though, at least we see Hughes get 3 points. There is a bright side. Pettersson with 2 points. I don't know what to say. The Canucks should have came out of this game with at least 1 point. They started the game horribly, so you know what? I guess I don't know what to say, guys. What do you guys think? I'm just completely shocked. This is just one of those absolute fluke games. Hopefully we can just put this game on the back shelf and head into the next game with a fresh mind. I wasn't impressed with Goldolb in this game. He was virtually just invisible. Hopefully if he does get some more games in, he can do something. However, what I guess I will say, I don't really know what to say, is at least Quinn Hughes does get his 3rd point, 21 points on the season. So even though the Canucks lose this game, there is a good storyline coming to this game. Quinn Hughes with his 3rd 3-point game of this season, which is just fantastic. Again, he's only 4 points behind Cale Makar for the rookie league. So again, Quinn Hughes versus Cale Makar. Let the debate spark up once again. But anyways, guys, what do you guys think of this game? I don't know what to say. Just a complete crazy game, and the Canucks lose 8-6.